Okay, let's talk about the internet. It is this massive, incredible universe of information that's literally at our fingertips. But with so much stuff out there, how do you find what you're actually looking for? Without getting totally lost in all the noise. Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you the skills to become a master of online research. And this is the big question, isn't it? You type something in, hit search, and boom, you're just flooded with millions of pages. How many of them are actually useful? How many are trying to mislead you on purpose? And how many are just, well, flat out wrong? It's a huge challenge, so let's break down exactly where to begin.
And look, this isn't just about getting a good grade on a school paper. This is a quest for a skill you'll use for the rest of your life. Seriously, knowing how to research well makes you a smarter shopper, a more informed citizen, basically a more confident decision maker in every single part of your life.
I mean, just think about your own day, right? You're not just looking up stuff for assignments. You're comparing new phones, you're reading reviews for a place to eat, you're looking up health information, or you're trying to figure out what's really going on with a big news story. Our daily choices are constantly shaped by what we find online. And the scale of this whole thing is just mind-blowing. Get this, more than half of the entire world's population is online. We're all swimming in this gigantic ocean of information together. And being a strong swimmer in this ocean, that's not just a nice little bonus, it's a genuine survival skill.
So how do we navigate it all? Well, you need the right tools for the right job. You wouldn't use a hammer to try and saw a piece of wood, would you? Of course not. The exact same idea applies to online research. So let's open up your digital toolkit and see what's inside.
First up, we've got the one we all use pretty much every single day, general research. This is your go-to when you just need a quick overview of something. You're curious about, say, the history of pizza or how electric cars work. A quick search on Google or YouTube, yep, that's general research in action. Next in the kit is academic research. Now, this is a much more specialized tool. When you need that really solid, verified information for a school paper or a big project at work, you've got to go beyond a simple search. Here, you're diving deep into digital libraries, scientific journals, and scholarly databases to find the hard facts. Research is also a massive deal in the business world. They call it market research. This is when companies dig into data, like what's trending on social media or what their competitors are up to, so they can make smart decisions. It's how they figure out what you, the customer, actually want to buy. Okay, and this tool right here is more important than ever, fact-checking. We've all seen those wild headlines that make you go, no way! Before you hit that share button, the most important thing to do is just pause and verify. Is this actually true? Fact-checking is simply checking your info against multiple trusted sources. It's our best defense against misinformation. And finally, health research. Come on, who here hasn't typed a symptom into a search bar? The absolute key here is knowing where to look. You've got to rely on trusted sources like government health websites or university medical centers instead of some random forum. That's how you empower yourself with safe, reliable health info. So, you've got this amazing toolkit full of different research methods. But how do you actually use it all effectively? Well, for that, you need a superpower. And that superpower is called digital literacy. This is what separates a casual internet user from a truly savvy navigator of the online world. So, what exactly is the superpower? At its heart, it's pretty simple. It's not just about knowing how to use a computer. It's the whole process. It's about finding the info, really understanding it, thinking critically about whether you can trust it, and then being able to share your own ideas based on what you learned. We can actually break this superpower down into 3 key skills that all build on each other. First, there's just using the tech, being comfortable with your devices and apps. Second, you level up by searching smartly, using the right words to get the best results. And third, and honestly, this is the real game changer, is evaluating sources. This is where you learn to spot the difference between something credible and total junk. And check out this perfect real-world example of searching smartly. This isn't some made-up scenario. These farmers in Punjab have a very specific problem they need to solve, so they don't just search for water for plants. No, they use precise, effective keywords to find exactly what they need. That is digital literacy making a real, tangible difference. All right, let's bring this all home. We started out with a huge problem, this overwhelming sea of information. We've looked at the different tools you have for research and the superpower of digital literacy you need to use them. The whole point of this journey is to become a confident, savvy navigator. So, if you think of the internet as this vast, sometimes stormy ocean of information, then digital literacy, well, that's your compass. It's the one tool that helps you find your direction, helps you avoid the dangers, and ultimately helps you arrive at the truth you were searching for. So I'll just leave you with this thought. You now get the toolkit, and you get the superpower you need to explore this incredible digital world. So the only question left is, where are you going to point your compass? What are you curious about? What will you investigate next?